What's going on, everybody? We are live. Um, yeah, random teams. Let's randomize teams, shall we? So we gotta come over here. We gotta switch the screens up. We gotta find the right list. We got a lot to do. How's everybody doing tonight? We got 30 people in the break. Go 4 more times, of course. 5 times. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root doubled up on the bottom. Chris on top. Chris the closer. Ooh, Chris, I can't wait to see you. Better be in the chat, Chris. That's all I gotta say. You better be watching this break right now if you're gonna close it 10 minutes after I close the shop. Then I'm gonna give you a big old hug. Oh, not you, Chris. Different Chris. Chris Bailey. Chris Cochran. Not for you, brother. That comment was for my man, Chris Bailey. But I'm doing good, bud. How are you? Let's do the teams now. Mr. Bailey, what's up? Oh, no, you're good. You just got to apologize to my kiddos. That's all. They'll be asleep when I get home. Oh, man. I don't want you to feel bad either. I don't. I wasn't even going to say it, but it's you, so I can say it. Here's the teams. If you guys noticed these, I'll explain this while we're doing it now because I'll probably have to explain it again later. If you guys didn't read the description for the break, we're giving non-baseball to these 8 teams. Every box is going to be a different team. So box 1, we'll start with the hobby box. Box 2 is a Ginter X box. So the Padres will get all the non-baseball from the first hobby box. The Giants will get all the non-baseball from the first X box, so on and so forth. That's how we're doing the non-baseball to mix it in with this, and it's going to be good. And we gave it to the 8 cheapest teams in Hobby Ginter. So the worst 8 teams you can get are going to get non-baseball, which now makes them arguably the best 8 teams to have in this break. So 4 more times on this. I just want to explain this. I really thought that was going to sell this break in 2 seconds because non-baseball is the draw for this product. Shuffle the damn teams. Thank you, random.org. I don't need you to tell me about it. Just be about it. We're trying to run a break here. We paid for your service. Provide the service. Here we go. Round number 8. Royals on top. Marlins on bottom. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. I like how box 5H is not a spelling error, or box 2X, or box 8X, but box 6X is, there's an error that, like, what do you mean? Spell check is messed up. We'll come back over here while I crop it down. No, Chris, you were actually the perfect guy to close it because I could call my kids and explain, like, why I'm not going to be home. Like, hey, you guys remember Chris? We were hanging out with him on the 4th of July, watching baseball, eating ice cream, hot dogs and stuff. Yeah. It's all Chris's fault you don't get to see me tonight. That's 100% what I told him. 100%. So next time you see them, I mean, they're going to forget. You know what I mean? But at least I could put a reasoning. Like, I could give them a reason. Sorry, I gotta shrink this a little bit. It's taking all my hand space. So you guys might need to know who you have. I will do my best to show you. Printer. I'm gonna print a copy for myself. Hopefully we can get this shipped tomorrow. I'm not making any promises. We're gonna try. Laura should be here. And then the 10-box mixer from yesterday. That'll go out too. So. So this is what we have. That'll work. So I just have to be for this break I have to be more careful than I've ever been in any other break to make sure that I do this non-baseball right. Chris Bailey, yeah, he's on Facebook. Hey Chris, would you trade the Marlins for the Royals? I don't think I could actually tell you the prices on the teams. I do have a spreadsheet. I think they're pretty even, but I could be wrong. I don't want to be incredibly wrong, but Royals diehard guy is offering you Miami for the Royals, and I had the Marlins priced at 35 and the Royals at 40. So that's a pretty even swap if you want to do it. But let me know. Let me know. Those were two teams that were just outside of the non-baseball window. What is this? That's the pricing for a full case. That's not what it would be for this. So that was just based off my Ginter hobby prices. 1079. All ship. Everything ships. And I need to do one thing here before we start. Because Laura will be the one sorting this, and I have to foolproof it because she doesn't know sports. So I'm just making Post-it notes with box numbers on them right now so that we can pass this off and she doesn't say where do all these goofy cards go and mix them all up together and we're doomed. I don't care about the price. I'll take the Marlins. So yes, Matt, yeah, we're gonna make that swap, buddy. But yeah, he is Chris, you're my bad, dude. Yeah, that works great for both parties. So let me just find it on my list here. Where's Mr. Root? He's down here. He's got the Marlins. Which Bailey spot do I need? What team am I looking for? Oh, top and bottom. We're swapping top and bottom. Actually, I'm just going to do this. And then we'll take the Marlins over here. And I don't think Laura will mess that up. So her brain probably works very similar to mine. So yeah, Matt said thank you, Chris. I'm just coordinating the chat across multiple platforms. Let's start. I'm starving. It's 8 o'clock almost. There's dinner and all sorts of things. Who's winning that football? Oh, I didn't even check my fantasy lineup. I don't think I have any Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I don't have anybody playing. Cool. Buffalo with a 10-point spread is... I didn't even bet the game. This is the first Thursday night game I haven't bet all year. Buffalo can't cover a spread to save their life, and 10 points is too much for a team that's been playing that poorly. 3-0 Buffalo, yeah, so that's a trap game spread-wise, 100%. 10 points in the NFL is too many points, unless it's like a shoe-in. I love baseball, too. Baseball is the best. I agree. You got the best username in this chat right now. Here we go, box one, hobby. I don't have a knife. This is how it's going to go. Where's my knife? I got it. Alright, we're back. Hopefully I'm done playing games with you guys. We can just do the break now. They'll cover the 10. I mean, I thought they'd covered a 6 points or whatever it was last week. They couldn't do that, so they haven't been covering anything. We've been having a great year of gambling, so stayed away from that. I bet every hockey game tonight. I bet on every team. I didn't bet every game individually, but I did make like seven different... I don't know, I got a cardboard around here somewhere. That's not the one. But we bet hockey tonight. And I took the Suns -6. Or not the Suns, sorry, the Bucks -6. Suns is a trap game too in the NBA. No Booker. I don't think the Lakers are that good. Bryce Harper with a topper. Manny Machado auto. That would be wild and very unheard of in this product. I'm not saying it won't happen. I don't know if he has an auto in here or not, though. Didn't get to. Be fun, though. I reorganized a little bit, and everything's out. I haven't done a break since we reorganized the office. I'm not talking about that TV show that nobody cares about either. What do you mean? You don't watch The Office? I've never worked in an office. It doesn't interest me whatsoever. Although The 40-Year-Old Virgin, terrific movie. How is everybody doing tonight? getting into Ginter. Last dance with Allen and Ginter. I will have tier 1 here tomorrow. We'll do a case, so pick your team. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll make a decision on if you guys want to do more or not. But I will finally have my tier 1 here tomorrow, and we can finally break a new release 2 days after release. It's everybody's favorite thing to do, right? Time are you posting it? I don't know. I gotta finalize all the pricing in the morning. It'll be before. So if anyone hasn't been paying attention for the last 7 or 8 weeks since we opened the store, I get here like 2 hours before the store opens. I try to get anything I need to do for the breaks done well before 11, because then I gotta make sure the store is ready for 11. And the store hasn't been the busiest, but I don't care. Like, that's just how I am. Like, when these doors open here, I want this place to be right. Like, I don't want anybody walking in while we're like trying to scramble to get something cleaned up or put up on the shelf or priced or whatever it is. You know what I mean? This is my place. I take a ton of pride in it. So we get here early every day. I try to get all the break postings up before 11 a.m. Central Time. That's noon to you guys. Some days, like if we're a carryover day, there's really no need for me to even post because we're still trying to fill the same damn breaks that have been sitting anyway. So, you know, I still make a post, but those are the days I hate, honestly. Coming in, having to post something where I already tagged everybody in it, and I know everybody doesn't care, but I still got a business to run, and we still got breaks to fill. So, like today, a morning like this morning, not a fun morning, but like tomorrow's a fun morning because I get to come in, I get to post something new. Hopefully it's something that you guys want, and hopefully, you know, the fill fills accordingly, and we get to have a good time, and there's no hang-ups or any of that. But before the store opens is the answer. I don't have a specific time period frame. It's whenever it's right and ready. We don't post it till it's right or ready. But I gotta pay attention now, guys. Here we go. I gotta filter out all the non-baseball here. So really, this will be unlike any. What? Why does Quan have a rookie stamp on his card? It's interesting. I just have to pay a lot of attention to what we're doing tonight. Because box 1 non-baseball going to Greg Lazinski and the Padres. That's box 1 non-baseball only in Texas. We got a Loot. If you're into that sort of thing, we got De Niro. Big fan. What a guy. Turang, Goldie, Rodriguez, Anderson. We have a Juan Soto relic. We're in the Padres realm, though. Baseball's the best, called a Machado auto. We're going to kick it off with a Soto bat relic. Relic and Ginter. That's why X is better. Because we're not going to get a single relic in Ginter X. It's going to be all autographs. Jet skiing. Isn't that fun? Fun fact, there's no brakes on a jet ski. Or a boat, for that matter. Pedroia. Some sort of bird. On baseball mini. Corbin Burns. Money Mike. So we gotta get Money Mike in the sleeve pile here now. The non-baseball rotating spot is where my sleeve pile would go. Meneses. Ichiro, Reggie Jackson. Is he still Mr. October? With all these other cats hitting all these postseason homers? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Don't get mad. Reggie Jackson fans. Max Meyer. Oh, we get a rip card. This is fun. Good for you, Boston Red Sox. Rafael Devers. It's not a metal card, I promise you. No metal card inside of here. Devers to 199 for the Red Sox. Boston, Greg. Congratulations, sir. That's one of the sole thrills of Allen and Ginter is the rip card. You get 2 in a case, sometimes 3 if you're lucky. Maybe 2 numbered packs instead of team on a product that has that. I'm very confused. What do you mean? I don't understand. If I was only selling 1 box, I would say. Oh, are you saying like number every pack from every box, like 1 to 12? Jeez. And sell like 24 spots total? Seems harder than selling 30 spots. Seems like I would have to do a lot of convincing. If I'm understanding you. We got a Wemby mini, so the non-baseball will have a field day with that. Buxton. Lady football player. We get a Clemente. Kiteboarding. Bryce Young going to the non-baseball. Another Bird. And a Corbin Burns relic. So 2 relics and a rip card. Allen and Ginter, baby. Wemby auto coming today? Yeah, you never know. You really never know. Yeah, and the last little bit here in box 1, it's going to be the Yankees. This is going to the Yankees. I'm sorry. It's Yankee Stadium. That's baseball. Will Levis. He's starting this weekend. I'm late. You are late. It's okay, dude. You didn't miss nothing. It's Allen and Ginter, bro. It's either going to be something incredible to talk about or we'll just kind of all go our separate ways. Scoop. 10-0 Buffalo. It's early. Got to go the whole game, you know what I mean? Vegas has got to make their halftime adjustment. All of those sorts of things. Max Fried. But, I mean, either way. If you bet on them, I mean, I hope they cover, but I didn't bet on them. I just didn't like it. Didn't like it. Alright, so there's 1 box. And of that 1 box, this is all non-baseball. That's why we split this up. Sorry, I want to get the minis out. The minis are also severely annoying because they just fall through the cracks. But that's how much we got out of the first hobby box. We're just going to set this off to the side with its label so that that goes to the proper place. And then we'll do an Xbox next. And I'm not talking about 360s or series, whatever the hell they're doing now. But we have Ginter Box 2X Giants. Chris Bailey gets all the non-baseball out of this box. And there will be 1 auto in this box. The Ginter X is much nicer looking in my humble opinion. And let's do it. Let's do it. Oh yeah, I mean they're so much nicer. The black makes all the difference. That matte black looks nice, and it doesn't have a whole bunch of whiting around it. It's just, I dig it. Ginter X is just better. But it's all opinions. It really is opinions. And they're like those things that everyone has one of them. You guys can follow along at home. Read between the lines or whatever. folks. Here we go. Ginter Xbox One. These look really nice. Wheeler. Verlander. Baez. Dre Jameson. Two-ring. Oswaldo. The Ocean Spray guy. Bichette. Hendricks. Alonso. Ramirez. Darvish. Richard, you still here, boss? I was hoping you'd elaborate on whatever it was you were. I was a little confused. Money Mike X, dude, we're gonna put that in the top loader. That's slick, dude. Who's got the Braves? I don't know if it's gonna be worth a fortune or not, but his regular Ginter card won't be. But the X is just much nicer. Atlanta. Ooh, Mr. Porter. There you go, bud. Again, I don't know what that's gonna be worth, but that'll be worth 5 times what his base regular Ginter one is. Random spots. Like, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So just like if so, it doesn't matter how many boxes I do, but if all the products have the same number of packs, just sell the pack. Like you get pack number 20 in every box, and then pull all the packs out and number them as you open it. I wouldn't even need to do a break if that was the case. I would just ship you the damn packs. Why would I even open them at that point? Seems like more work. Yep, alright, we opened this box just so Rich could have pack 16 out of the whole case. Here you go. Could do that too. Save me a ton of labor on the back end. You know how long it took Pro Debut to get sorted? I about had a heart attack. I went back there and sorted it when I had thousands of dollars of things to price and put out. I stopped everything I was doing to go sort cards, which is something no business owner should probably be doing if you're trying to get to the next level like we are. But sometimes that's what you gotta do, because it's not worth what it would cost. Like, just the struggle. The struggle. Nice Brent Beatty. Clemente. Oh, yeah, dude. Miller's in the building. Dude, where were you when we were actually ripping this stuff? Oops. Wrong guy. We did like 4 or 5 cases. I've done like 10 hours of Ginter streaming. No pack 16 of each box. So I don't understand then. Then I definitely don't understand. So if there's like, yeah, I'm not following along at all then. What do you mean? Like someone just gets pack 16 and then they get new number every box? Help me help you. I'm so interestingly confused about what's going on right now. Wade Boggs, Bo Bichette, Scoot, Henderson. We got Christopher Morale, rookie. Go Cubs, go. Max Meyer. Where's our auto? I want to see the auto. It's going to look so nice. Manoa's upside down. Canerco. Hammer and Hank. Clemente, Maddox, Brown, Garvey, Murphy, Minnie, Otani, Quan with the rookie stamp. That's wild. That's definitely a mistake. You can't call it an error if they don't correct it, and they're not going to correct it. But it's definitely not a rookie card. Prism did that with Bobby Witt Jr. this year, too. Volpe, I don't... Are there Yankee people in here? Is Volpe even going to be any good? Or is he just getting talked about? Or like, do Yankees fans just like him because he's young and they let him play shortstop all year even though he didn't hit? Like, I don't understand the Volpe thing. I don't understand how Volpe has value outside of being a Yankee. Alright, here we go. I think the auto is right here. Rivera, McClanahan. Oh, these are nice, dude. Like gray and purple. Will Benson, number to 4. Wow. Are these all going to be super low numbered like that? This is actually punched in the frame, too. A lot of Ginter does hand numbering. That's Will Benson auto to 4. Cincinnati, congratulations. Take that. That's what I'm talking about. We didn't even get an auto in the hobby box. We got an autograph numbered to 4 in the Xbox. So we got a few more of those. Hopefully they keep delivering. Sorry, it's so easy to skip a non-baseball card. We have to go extra slow. Kodai. Because then you got a baseball guy wearing a damn hoodie. And it's like, hey, wait a minute. Is that a baseball player or not? Oh, like, look at this. Hand-numbered Blade to 5. J.J. Blade for the Athletics. This is a hand-numbered red to 5. It's Ginter, man. It's eclectic. And that's exactly what I was talking about. They hand-number things. It's weird to see the frame punch like that. But they do for the... They punch the frame autos. Or stamp them, whatever it is. I would assume it's some type of punch. Sorry, we don't carry tobacco loaders. Maybe one day I'll order some. They're just... They cost more. They cost more. But there you go. Oakland. Who's ever rolling with the Athletics? Greg. There you go, my man. A couple of numbered cards. I told you guys. This is the only reason I wanted to do this. Because X is nice. I like Ginter X. It has what the rest of the product needs. It has what the regular hobby format needs. And that's some freaking personality. Holy cow. This is like missionary on Tuesdays only. Or only once a week on Tuesdays only. Like a Wednesday matinee. That's all you get all week. That's Allen and Ginter baseball for you. What fun is that? What fun is that? Box number 3, Brewers. Jamon Peoples, my man. We'll get the non-baseball in this box. And we get another wonderful topper, which means the recipient of this topper will be getting a 10x8x6 box so that we can ship your topper properly. Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Braves. Kyle's local. Haha, Kyle saved us a 10x8x6 shipping box. Thanks, Kyle. Enjoy your topper, sir. Best topper I've ever pulled. I don't have to ship it. All right, moving on to box number 3. Maybe we can get an auto out of hobby now. We did get a rip card in the first box, and that's nothing to sneeze at. Like I said, the rip cards are 2 per case. That's what they promise you on like pull rates. Sorry, mini, not really there to begin with. Also, interesting enough, shop news, we have purchased and sold our first Magic the Gathering cards. Oh, that's something I never thought I'd be saying on camera. But it definitely happened. I guess the moral of the story is, people want to sell you something and it's worth money, we're going to buy it. I told Kyle. Kyle said, literally right in front of the customer, and I kind of felt bad. But we had already spent like $5 grand to that point yesterday. And Kyle goes, hey, dude, do you want to get in the Magic business? I said, no. I said, not really. I said, but I am in the money-making business, apparently. And that's really not a business I want to be in. I mean, obviously make money, but I don't like being a businessman. I'm not like a professional snake, so it's hard to be a good businessman. You do a 12-box case break. Sorry, I got to read this. This is what I've been waiting for. You do a 12-box case break of cards, have 24 packs. You sell 24 spots. And you go back and forth. 24 spots would be random. This way you can cross teams and hits. Hang on. You sell 24 spots and you go across the box back and forth. The 24 spots would be random. Oh, I mean, yeah, you still. I get it. All 24 spots would each get one pack. Seems odd. Seems like a lot. You'd have to do that like with the sorting tray. You just have to like break it into a tray. Like, here's your pack, and boom, in the tray. And here's your pack, boom. I'm not opposed to it. I don't know what product that would work good with. Magic and Voodoo. What kind of shop you do it? I don't know. I don't know. Magic the Gathering cards, Pokemon. I think that was my biggest sale today. Was Pokemon. Sold a basketball box. Everything we don't do on the internet, we do it right here in the store. Hockey, sell more hockey than update baseball. I don't know how that makes sense, but I love it because hockey is awesome. I bet every hockey game tonight because hockey's entertaining. What else? What else could I tell you about the store? But yeah, Magic the Gathering. I was in the bathroom and I get a thing that popped up said we sold a Magic the Gathering card. Like, holy cow. Here we go. Here we go. Fishing! I like fishing. I don't have time to do it anymore, but I like it, you know. Once upon a time. What do we got there? A little Mark Teixeira. J-Rod. Tovar. Sorry, that was an instrument, so I was trying to figure out if that was non-baseball or not. I was having a hard time. Oh, this box is killing me. Strider's a stud. But yeah, apparently Magic the Gathering cards are worth a fortune. And they don't even have to be shiny. And Pokemon cards can be super shiny and worth like 10 cents. It's maddening. But neither, like, Pokemon doesn't number any cards. So Pokemon's literally modern day junk wax. There's no debate about it. Like, there's no scarcity at all whatsoever. They reprint products. They can, if it's gonna sell, they will keep printing it. It's that simple. That's how Pokemon works. But the flip side of that is they stay affordable and people can continue to buy the boxes. But no box, you're not opening any Pokemon box and pulling $1,000 card. It's just not happening. And I'm sorry our internet is being criminally unstable right now. And I have some guy to reach out to that I really need to reach out to. He's actually reached out to me through the email. But we're usually busy in here. Pedroia. You would get 12 packs per case of 12 boxes. That doesn't make sense, though. If it's 24 packs a box... Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You get 12 packs, yeah. That's just... I don't know. Why wouldn't you just go buy half a box? I don't know. Buy a box and split it with your friend at that point. I don't know. That seems odd, though. I'm assuming people do it, though, and that's why you're talking about it. I'm not against the idea. It just seems odd to me. It's hard to convince people to buy random teams sometimes, and then let alone trying to buy random packs. We sell loose packs, though. They do great. Loose packs are crushing it in the store. Murphy. Is that Brian Wilson? Without a beard? Oh no, there's definitely a beard. He's just upside down. Another bird. There's a lot of birds. Oh, Randy Johnson's there. Look out. Right by the bird, huh? Collation was done purposely. Some sort of food. Some sort of baseball player. And Alejandro Kirk with a relic. As brought to you by Relic and Ginter. Ezekiel Duran, Ricky Yoshida, Kevin Hart. I think the Kevin Hart autos sell for a fortune too if we were to ever hit one of those. We didn't hit any big non-auto or non-baseball autos outside of Anthony Richardson, and we hit him a few times. But now he's done for the year, and I don't even know if the Colts are going to sell in the football break. Which brings me to my next point. We got Pick Your Team football up, for crying out loud. What the hell is going on with that? We sold 2 teams today. I will openly bitch about that. No problem. I don't feel bad at all. Nobody wanted random. We switch it up to Pick Your Team. People want football breaks because that's all the interest questions I get is, hey, when's the next football break? And then we post football breaks and we're 2 days into it, and there's 20-something teams left. Football's expensive. Football box prices suck. The value inside a football box absolutely sucks. But if that's what you guys want, like, it still costs money. Just because it sucks doesn't mean I can't make it cheaper. Like, you know, like, it's not me that makes it outrageously overpriced. That's all I want. You know, that's all I want to be clear about. I just try to make it pick your team because, you know, if people don't want to do the random, I get that because the value isn't good. But if you're going to collect it. I think basketball is arguably the best value on the market right now, which is wild to say too. Basketball boxes, anyway, because basketball hobby boxes are like almost every product is $200 to $300 a hobby box, and that's basically where they were before they got out of hand. Football boxes, like Optics, shouldn't be $1,000 hobby box. Optics dog shit at $1,000. You can pull a lineman auto for $1,000 and say you got your money's worth? Like, no. I've ripped enough football wax for myself to know that no one in their right mind should ever really. It's bad. It's atrocious, really. What can you hope to pull that's gonna like hook it up with the box? Like, football boxes have to get broken. That's the only way for anyone to have a chance. It seems like. Baseball's fine. Some baseball products are riskier than others. Basketball's pretty good. UFC, I think, is a terrific price points for their boxes right now after they got out of a rocky start when Panini took over. They were way too high out of the gate, and they've settled in and sort of quieted down. But not everybody's into that, and I understand that. That's just something I really like personally. Drysdale. Rod Carew, the Lions. Oh yeah, I don't know what's available, Kyle. I don't. I'm just complaining. That's what I do, man. It's part of my charm. People like it, believe it or not. Some people don't, and they'll let us know, but then they'll leave and they'll never come back. And then the people that like it will be here tomorrow. I'm never like complaining at people. Ever. No matter how this ever sounds, it's never a slight at anyone that's supporting what we do here. Ever. And the people that understand that, understand it, and the people that don't, and you can't make them, so there's no sense in trying. But here we go. Like, I'm being honest. Nobody in my seat right now would openly say that football boxes suck value-wise. They suck. Every one of them. Almost everyone, really every one of them. But if you break them down into smaller chunks, it's like the only chance you have to win. It's wild. I'm new to the stream. Hi, Chris Colburn. Welcome to the stream, friend. I swear because I care. But really, I try not to because we have a shop and all of that, and I try to be more mindful with the younger kids because really the store is here for the younger kids. Like, I'm 100% pro kids in the hobby. Kids don't really have a place in breaking, and I've always stood by that. I've said that for 8 years now. Kids don't spend money on breaks, so why do I have to do what I do a certain type of way to cater to a market that isn't paying me? Like, yeah, maybe their parents are, but I'd rather just do something that they enjoy too. I hate Allen and Ginter. Absolutely loathe Allen and Ginter. Only because I've been trying to pull some sort of fossilized relic for 8 years and we can't do it. Can't do it. I would love... That's the only goal I have left in Ginter, is to pull a shark tooth or a bone or something really, really cool. And instead we pulled like a piece of acrylic mandolin. And that was the most head-scratching pull in my entire career. Ginter X, though. The X, the online exclusive version, 10 times better than Hobby. But if you're into Ginter, you're like... Ginter's a very specific taste. There's a gentleman in this break with 5 spots who hit me up in 2016 or 2017 before I was ever really breaking and was like, hey, Brad, can you get me Allen and Ginter? And that was like one of the few boxes I could order then. Like, yes, sir, I can. And he is in this break today. Shout out to Greg. Greg, I don't know if you even remember that. You were the first person I ever ordered a box through distribution. Ever. Greg Lazinski, ladies and gentlemen. What a good egg. Still here all these years later. He is the first guy I ever pulled a Shohei Ohtani autograph for. He got the first Ohtani rookie auto I ever pulled. And box number 4. Who's getting it? Mr. Harris. Tommy Grandin Harris. Or Grandin. Is Tommy your middle name? I'm sorry I put you out there with the Grandin. But Mr. Harris with the Reds and non-baseball here in box number 4. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Cavalli. And non-baseball. Cassis. Yandy. Lou Brock. Scoot Henderson. Morel's upside down. Go Cubs go. Corbin. Greg, old school Sun Pump days. That's it. You guys remember. One camera. All of that. Castellanos probably dirty from the mill. Why are these upside down? Or just sleep deprived. There's a Jordan Walker rookie. Meneses Blade. Taglia, Piguero, Bomani, Kershaw, Pax. What's the best bang for your buck out there for autographs? What sport? I guess it starts with sport specific, and then you can nail it down from there. Then really, is that Mini and Ellie auto? There's no Ellie. No. That's Will Benson. Ellie doesn't have rookie autos. He won't this year until next year. Baseball, so then it would be more along the lines of who do you want to pull, or do you just want to pull an auto, I guess would be the question. Like if you're targeting a specific player, sometimes there's specific products to look into. Like I carry 2021 Bowman Inception in my store because I can sell it for like $125 a box, which is super cheap for any hobby box, and J-Rod has autos in the product. Like that's the type of like stuff I like to point people in the direction. Like if they're looking for a particular, like I want to pull a big name guy. Well, do you want to spend big name money? No, most people don't. So then it's like, how do we find a box at a price point that's going to have an opportunity to give you something that you would really, really like to pull? And there are boxes like that out there. You have to do business, or you have to do business with someone who knows what they're doing, or you have to do the research and figure out what product that you can find at the price point that's affordable to you that has some talent that you would be interested in pulling. There's like no blanket answer. But there's definitely a few different ways you can approach it. Barrios, Colas, Moreno, Lennon Sosa. And then when in doubt, just go like here in my shop, we don't let, like I had a guy come in today, he wanted to buy a Mosaic football pack. I'm like, hey, would you like to pick your pack? And he's like, yeah. So I pull the box out of the showcase and he starts feeling the pack. I'm like, hey, no. I didn't ask you if you wanted to search the pack. I said, did you want to pick your pack? So like I literally had to tell the dude, like, you're not feeling this pack up and putting it back in the box. Like you feel this pack up, it's yours. Pay me. Because loose packs make me nervous because I don't want anyone to ever question the integrity of what we're doing here. And we almost didn't sell loose packs in our store because of that, but loose packs are like the best selling thing in our store. So people come here because I guess they know they can trust it. Are these all going to be numbered to 4? Because this one's gray and purple too. I'm going to cover it up. It is. It's numbered to 5. Whoever this is numbered to 5. It's Jordan Groshans for the Fish. He was a first rounder in 2018. Perhaps. I pulled a Superfractor auto out of Bowman's Best year he was drafted for a man named Andrew Adams. Brother Boilermaker, started his own construction company. Haven't heard a peep from him since. Shout out to Andrew Adams, wherever you're at. Jordan Groshans with a rookie auto to 5. The gold ink as well. I like it. We got 2 more boxes of maybe 2 more low-numbered autographs. and that's nothing to be upset about. Vita Blue. It's just a lot of different stacks to manage right now, and I apologize. That's kind of killing the flow. The flow of the break. Adley Rutschman. Love it. Getting some good rookies out of X right now. Richardson. Tim, I forgot how to play baseball. Anderson. Oh, you also want to know what my other... this guy right here. Been a big fan of Alec Boehm. I've stuck by his side on the podcast when he was really going through it. Alec Boehm is 100% the reason the Phillies lost that game. And it's not for anything he did in the field. When he struck out in the 8th inning and broke his bat at home plate because he's a little girl and can't handle striking out at a big league baseball game, and he slammed his bat 15 times, took the handle into the dugout and slammed it around in the dugout. There was still 1 out in the 8th inning, I believe, when he struck out. And instead of the team trying to rally and get focused, he sucked the energy out of that stadium. That stadium went quiet like the game was over when he struck out, and that was it. They didn't do anything after that. That was Boehm sticking the dagger in his own team's chances of coming back. And that's how I see it. No one has to agree with that. But instantly when that happened, I like, the game's over. It's done and over with, and the Phillies are done. And I have a guy who I like a great deal, and I speak to a couple times a month that plays for the Phillies, and I have no problems if he were to hear me say that, because that's what I saw. That's what I watched. I watched every inning of that series. That's what happened. He threw a fit. The bats weren't batting that night, and instead of having a talk and trying to get focused with, hey, we got 5 bullets left, we gotta make them count, like, nope. They just rolled over, and the little ones. I don't know the song, but you guys know what I mean. Trout. And I bet the Phillies too, so it's not like I'm not even upset about that. It's just that's how I saw it play out. And we have another red. It's going to be Wasserman. We've seen Benny everywhere. The Silver Slugger. 5 of 5. Another hand-numbered Benny. Ginter X, ladies and gentlemen. We do have to get some more sleeves out here, though, after this. But the World Series starts tomorrow. Tomorrow, who you guys got? I'll be at a wedding during game 2. Man, it's family. Family's always cutting into the World Series, you know what I mean? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Gonsolin, Marte, Volpe. Rivera, Smith, Lindor, Abrams, Nolan Gorman, Garrett Mitchell for the Brewers. All right, so non-baseball here in box 4. Take these over. I don't know. I just don't see. So it would be like the most improbable World Series victory of all time if the Diamondbacks win it. And I'm not saying they can't. They don't have the pitching. But I've been saying they don't have the pitching all postseason long, and they didn't have the pitching, or like, sorry. So it looked like two cards were won, and it looked like a relic. The Phillies had games where they scored 10 runs against them, and then the next day the Diamondbacks would show up and pitch. So I don't know, but Texas has a better offense. They have a better pitching staff, and the Diamondbacks are too young to care. That's the X factor. So that's the thing. The Diamondbacks aren't going to get caught up in the moment because they're just going to they're like the Cubs team that won the World Series. They were so young. They were all so young. Juan Soto. Ketel is a stud, though. Ketel deserves... I'm actually super happy for Marte. That man is a freaking baseball machine. And he's been there for a little bit. You know what I mean? So, really good for him. He's 100% the leader of that team. But the Rangers can rake. And here's the funny thing: we gotta go dig it up. I gotta dig it up. But I literally had said on multiple occasions on the podcast and in the breaks before this season started that the Rangers and the Diamondbacks would be the two most fun teams to watch this year because of how they were growing as organizations. The Rangers had young talent coming, but they were also spending tons of money, and the Diamondbacks were just oozing with young talent. Oozing. Like, just oozing. So it's going to be fun, no doubt, because it's really... I would have never predicted the matchup, so it's wild to see that, because these were just the two teams heading into 2023 that I was just the most curious about. They had guys like, I remember talking about how good Jonah Heim was, and I had some troll in the stream like, he only had 2 hits in the month of September last year. Well, he was like hurt or something, so it doesn't matter. Like, Jonah Heim was a stud last year. You knew it coming. Baseball people knew. Like, he was one of the best offensive catchers in baseball. Nobody was talking about it. Then you pair that up with the guys like Seager and Semien, who they went and spent the big bucks to get. They go out and get a guy like DeGrom, and then he goes down, and they're still doing a thing. They had their struggles, and then the other thing with it is, if either team decides they want to slump, now would be the worst time to do it. But it happens. Really hope my buddy gets a ring. Let's go Rangers. There you go. But I will say, without a doubt, I'm just so glad that the teams that spend $700 million aren't in it. I mean, the Rangers have spent a ton of money, but at least they're not in it every year. It's a breath of fresh air, which will put some people off because, oh no, my Dodgers aren't in it. I can't be a Dodgers fan and show up in the 5th inning of the game and leave in the 7th and go, oh, I love the Dodgers. We don't like fans like that anyway. Here we go. Box number 5 is going to Jamon Peoples with the non-baseball here in box number 5. And there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Josh Young, all-star, stud, rookie. And you have 2 rookie studs in the World Series. Like, there's some other good rookies on the rosters as well, but you have Josh Young, who's an all-star, and Corbin Carroll, who's going to win Rookie of the Year and get MVP votes. Corbin Carroll, I'm not saying he's winning the MVP, but Corbin Carroll should get some MVP votes. But you have, like, that. That's what's happening in the World Series. What a storyline that is. Ooh, that's a nice relic. Oh, he's a footballer. Okay, so I mean, this goes to non-baseball, but yeah, it's like part of a uniform. It's like a print. It's like screen printed jersey or something, Little 3-color relic. Never hurt the non-baseball people. So there we go. Non-baseball would have hit. Paddle boarding. People like the paddleboard, I guess. Ohtani. DMC. Oh, sorry, wrong pile. Meadows. Old-time hockey. Huh. Buccaneers are playing football, though, huh? 17-10 now. Told you, that 10 points is dangerous, man. Dangerous. That was cool, Sammy Sosa. Hang on. You said something earlier, too, and I wasn't ignoring you. What about Sammy Sosa? Did I say something about... Oh, the card? Haven't been working as much, but picking up. Will be in soon. Pokemon case. I mean, yeah, the Pokemons, the stuff sells like wildfire around here. It's wild. I get it though. Like it's compared to sports cards, it's stupid cheap, but it's stupid cheap because there's no scarcity. There's literally an endless supply of Pokemon cards until they make like a new product line. And I'm not just talking about like an individual product. Like they've printed, what is it, Scarlet and Violet right now? They'll just keep printing Scarlet and Violet until they're done. Then you have to hope there's a card in there that people like, and then that the product like dries up post-release. It's really weird just trying to understand the appeal outside of like kids enjoy it, which I get the whole kid thing, but I don't know how you invest in Pokemon. That could be the dumbest investment I've ever heard of. Unless you have enough product to like literally have a foothold on part of the market. Yeah, we're eventually gonna have Yu-Gi-Oh stuff too. That started right when I was like going into middle school. So like I know a little bit about it, but I don't know a whole lot. But we'll start getting those products in too. But no one's come in to like buy or sell singles yet. So we had someone call today and ask if they could play Yu-Gi-Oh in the store, but we're not like a play store. I'm not saying we wouldn't, but I opened a sports card store and we're not going to turn it into a damn gaming store. I'll die on the sports card hill. I'm okay with that. You can't do everything people want you to do. Cole Dragons for the Rangers, and Allen Wrench, everybody's favorite. Ooh, I love fishing. We're still fishing. Kirby, Brown, Fielder. What else do we have? Virginia Tech is just destroying Syracuse in some Thursday night collegiate football. The internet has been horrendous for this break. I apologize if you guys are dealing with frame issues and skipping or stuttering. We have a hand-numbered mini. Javi Baez. We ripped like 5 cases of these, and we only pulled 1 hand-numbered mini and 5 regular hobby cases. That's not the plan, Bob. I'll tell you that. That's definitely not the plan. Now, the flip side of that is if we ever want to touch Lorcana cards, which is the Disney stuff, you have to do events. So I'm not saying we won't do events, but it is not going to be a regular thing. But I do want to get my hands on those Disney cards because they're going to be every bit as big as Pokemon. It's friggin' Disney characters. When are those going out of style? Tell me. I'll wait. Denard Robinson, another non-baseball hit. Shoelace relic. Such a weird... Did he do something recently, or is that just like a nostalgia city card? He's been out of football for a long time. Cole Mays Neto. You betcha. Dessert. I love cookies. Bryce Young, Richardson. Like, those guys make sense, but it's weird to have Denard Robinson. There's a lot of non-baseball in this box. Jordan Walker Mini. And that'll do it for box number 5. Gonna move the non-baseball around real quick. So I'm not going to recap the non-baseball hits either, because then they're going to get mixed up with the boxes too. So non-baseball hits are not going to get recapped unless we pull like a huge auto or something. All right, 3 boxes left, 2 X boxes, which have been really fun. Man, Seattle was up 2-0 on Carolina when I started this break. Now they're going to overtime. I picked the Kraken on a bad Hurricanes goalie tonight. It's a lot of 2-2 games. Every game's tied almost. The Red Wings lost. Thanks, Kyle. wherever you're at. The Avalanche lost. That was Kyle's lock of the day, ladies and gentlemen. The Avalanche Red Wings combo. I said, Kyle, we lost that same parlay 2 days ago. Guess what, folks? We've done it again. See what? Chris, it says all I see in my chat is it says replying to Christopher Bailey. Did you see this? If you responded, I'm sorry, you must have missed it. Oh, Topps Holiday? Is that what you're asking? I can see up in the chat. My chat windows are not what your windows are. Because we have like a multi-platform chat window. It does all the YouTube and Facebook stuff at the same time. I have no interest in Topps Holiday. Like, we can't get it at the store to sell. I have no personal interest in opening it. It's not even... And then my big complaint is my big complaint with every holiday. It's not fucking Christmas time yet. Chris is 2 months away. It's not even Halloween. We have 2 other federal holidays before Christmas. Like, who gives a shit about the holidays right now? I gotta get through Halloween. I gotta get through Thanksgiving. I gotta get through make-believe Black Friday. I gotta get through a whole bunch of things before I even think about Christmas. Let alone holiday sports cards. Ooh, snowflakes on the cards. It's not even cold yet. I live in a place that snows a lot. I don't want that foreshadowing of snow coming because it sucks. We don't get enough snow to do anything good with. And all it is an inconvenience. We just have to go shovel. Last year we didn't even get a single snowstorm where the snow would pack. It was just powder. That's a complete waste. And if you live here, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, you just assume every time it snows you can make snowmen and snowballs and have a great time. Well, that's not true. Not all snow is created equal. And here in the good old 219, we don't get any snow that's worth a damn unless we get 100 feet of it. There's no in between. You either get... I haven't used my snowblower in 2 years. Maybe 3 years. And then probably 4 years ago, I probably used it every single day. That's the Midwest, man. Gonna have a Black Friday sale. Yeah, it's gonna be like, just come in the store and buy something. Come in the store and buy something. Sale. No, we'll be open though. I mean, it's not a holiday. You know what I mean? I don't know if we're doing any, like, that's the thing. Like, but, I don't know. We might be able to do like something for singles, maybe. But like the way wax works, like there is just no room in wax margins. Like that's why we break. That's why most businesses that are in the hobby break. That's why there's so many breakers. That's why this entire industry has turned into a breaking centric industry, because this is the way that it makes sense. And I'm not saying that that's right either. That's just how it is. I don't have any control over it, so I don't mind telling you guys that that's how it is, because that's how it is. Yeah, dry powder nonsense. Can't do anything with it. Can't even, you just put it in your hand and it just disappears. It's the worst. That's all we got last year. My kids are old enough now where like they want to go do stuff in the snow, but it's like, baby girl, I'm sorry, we can't, because this snow isn't worth a darn. Riley Henderson, Yoshida, O'Neal Cruz, Kenny Lofton with the Rangers, Mark Mulder. I can't wait to give Kyle shit. I only bet locks. That's what he told me. Oh, poor guy. I probably shouldn't beat up too bad. He's going to be out of money soon. Oh, this one's number to 15. So this one's flipped over too. And here's the problem. I'd like to put another... I can't flip this thing over without finding out who it is. There we go. Alright. It's number to 15. Shea Langeliers. Oakland. Oakland's really going to get 2 autos in this break, huh? Former Atlanta Braves top 10 draft pick. I believe 21. Is he drafted the same class as Henry Davis? I think he was drafted in the Henry Davis class. But he was part of the Matt Olson trade. That's why he ended up in Oakland. Poor him. Drafted to a great organization. Traded into a feeder organization. And again, the internet is horrific right now. I apologize. Yeah, right. 2 A's and X. Yeah. Like, wait, are you trying to tell me how to spell? Dragons. Yeah, he does look old in that picture. That's funny you say that. That was my thoughts too. That's how everybody hates Corbin Carroll's Topps Chrome rookie auto, thinking they did him dirty in that. The Shea one's a little interesting. A little interesting. Here's a Corbin mini. Larry Walker. Ryan Howard. Money Mike. Another Money Mike. That's nice. Big Hurt mini. $2019, that makes sense. So who's Torkelson? Who was the other catcher then? Shea wasn't the first catcher drafted in his class. That's all I know. Oh, Rutschman. So he's Rutschman's class. There we go. That makes more sense to me. Was Rutschman Rutschman wasn't number 1. Was Rutschman 2020? Torque was. Rutschman. Was he drafted? He was the number 1 pick in 2019. So Torkelson was 20. Okay, I had those years flip-flopped. I'm like, I know Shea wasn't the first catcher, but he was a top 10 guy, which was strange to see 2 catchers go. Yeah. I get it now. I'm on board. I pulled it up. Making me go revisit draft classes. Mountcastle's heating up, ladies and gentlemen. 3 out of 5. Hand-numbered red mini. Going to the Baltimore Orioles. Ryan Mountcastle. Strider, and there we go. All right. 6 boxes down. 2 more to go. Hopefully we get a single friggin' auto out of Hobby Ginter, and that's my biggest complaint with Ginter Hobby. It's literally relics and rip cards. That's honestly why I hate the product. I can get over the fact that there's no parallels, but people don't buy baseball cards to get relics. They don't. Can I join for free? I sub. No, nothing is free. They're tin snaffle. Isn't that what they taught us in economics? There's no such thing as a free lunch. True story. You are more than welcome to go check out the website or see anything else that we do, though. But nothing happens on this camera for free, my man. Oh, we got a rip topper! Big money for the Marlins. A triple rip. Numbered to 99. Wow. 2 rip cards in 4 boxes of Ginter is crazy. There's a guaranteed stained glass and then two other hits in there as well. But the Marlins, we have top loaders for these. Oh, you guys traded to Chris Bailey. Oh my gosh, the biggest hit of the break was a trade. Oh man, Root. Don't tell Root. Mr. Bailey, congratulations. Shit the bed, I'm not trading ever again. That's how trades happen, dude. That's why we don't trade. I mean, that's why I don't randomize when things people like we used to random ahead of time. Nick So, R.I.P. He used to do the randoms for us when I was working in the mills so that folks would know who they had and they could trade all day long while I was at work. But yeah, that's a triple rip, baby. And that's what happens. You trade. Or like back in the day when we filled on Facebook and like adults couldn't pay their bills. And that's why, so for a history lesson of Underground, we went to a website because I got tired of tracking down grown men and women to pay when they claim teams. It's like the most disrespectful thing you can do. Like, oh, I'm gonna buy a spot. And yeah, I get it. It's easy to just drop a comment. But the next thing you should do, like, oh, I'm at work. Yeah, no shit. I'm at work too doing a job that's a million times more dangerous than you're doing. And I'm still messaging you to pay me money. Like, it's exhausting. But you either trade and one of the traded team hits, or you have to drop your spot, or you get your spot pulled because you didn't pay, and then that spot hits massive. That was in the, yeah, Bob, I remember. That was like early 21 then, or late 2000, 2020, sometime in 2020. Because I was still filling in groups when I was working, up until up until right in the end. I went full time in like June of 2020, so yeah, it would have been early in that period. And yeah, that's what would happen. We'd have a break full, and through the first 3 or 4 years of filling breaks and breaking without payment and getting burned enough times by people that wouldn't pay, you would literally have people that, like, after you'd ask them, like, hey, are you ever going to pay for this break? They would eventually just tell you no. And then it's like, what can you do? There's nothing you can do anyway. So that was, like, terrible. So then it was like, hey, we're not breaking until all the money's in. They're like, well, we're full. It's like, well, tell the people who haven't paid yet. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't be by my phone. It's the most bullshit excuse in the planet Earth. You had no problem being on your phone to claim the spot. It takes 2 extra seconds to pay. I've literally stood in the slag pit of a blast furnace just so I could get service to try and make a purchase. Or pay for an order or send money that I needed to send. Everyone always had an excuse, and I always found a way to make it happen, and I worked in the most horrible places for cell service. So now, you gotta check out to get your team. And then we had to go like 1 hour after fill, we'd pull your spot. Or back then, breaks used to fill in 20 seconds, so it'd be like, listen, you get as long as the break took to fill, to pay, or 1 hour. And then it was real awkward when I was pulling spots after 5 minutes on a snap fill. Like, hey, you didn't pay. Who's up next? Who wants this repack spot? Everybody wanted it. So here we go. Box number 7. Tampa Bay Rays going to Greg with the non-baseball on this one. Pay up. I mean, that's all. It's just common courtesy, man. Like, I was a customer for years before I put myself in this seat. And there was times where I would hit my guy up because I used the same dude forever. And I'd be like, hey, Pete, I want to grab this. I don't want to spend this right now because I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want, you know what I mean? Maybe I don't want Amanda to know or whatever it is. Like, it's my business at the end of the day. Like, it's how I spend my money. Can I pay you when I get my paycheck? Yeah, dude, no problem. And that's what I would do. As soon as I get my paycheck, I'd pay him what I owed the man. But I had people I worked like with that too, and you know the difference between a guy who means what they say and a guy who does it within an hour. Or like where people try to hit you up when you're trying to close something out. It's like, hey Pete, dude, I'll buy the Angels, but let me pay you in the morning when my direct deposit hits. Yeah, dude, no problem. Cool. Then the show can go on. I'm sorry, I'm coughing. Or the gentleman that offered to close the break and I turned down his offer. I appreciated the offer. It's like I'm just not willing to cut my own throat, so to speak, that badly after we waited this long to get here. I just want to pull an auto on hobby. I don't know what's happening right now. And the internet's not working good. It's killing me. Everybody loves to talk, man. Surfing. Trey Jamison, Gunnar Henderson, Denard Robinson. It's 9 o'clock. Oh boy. Zach Neto. What'd you guys have for dinner? Anybody have anything good for dinner? before the internet just decides it doesn't work anymore. I'm gonna hit that dude up tomorrow. There's no reason for this internet to be this freaking bad. We're up. Since we moved into this building, I'm only uploading 8 megabytes a second, which is not good. It's not even enough to run like 2K streaming, and we have a 4K camera that we can't even use. And we pay twice as much here as we do for residential, and it's just not good. It's not good at all. What'd you have for dinner? I didn't have dinner, dude. 4 boxes, a rip card, and a triple rip. Yeah, but no auto. If I can't rip the rip card, I don't care about it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't do anything for me. It's not exciting. What's inside is exciting. Oh, Greg got a rarest of the diamond though. These minis are the rarest minis in the product. They're all the hard things to do in baseball. Hey, Andy Pettit. We got an auto. Yankees. Haven't even thought about dinner. It's 10. Well, what'd you have? When'd you have lunch? When's the last time you ate, Chris? And what'd you eat? I had tacos at like 10:30 a.m. for like brunch. That was what we had today. Andy Pettit auto. I like it. I mean, I'm not a big Yankee guy at all. Like, if they were the last professional team playing baseball, I probably wouldn't watch baseball anymore. That's how I feel about the Yankees. But Jason Jones is going to be stoked for his Andy Pettit. Levis. Did he win the game? You got see, that's the thing. Was it a baseball game? You guys still playing baseball? Slate into the Rutschman, Lennon, Sosa, Perez, and Eloy. I think it was close to 11. I can't remember what I had. Yeah. Well, I get it. I know 100% what that means. It means you've been getting it all day. Been getting it all day. You're going to wake up and do it again tomorrow. Love it. Love it. Jeter Downs. You can't teach want to. You know what I mean? It's real easy to say, I don't want to do that and just sit on the couch. It's a lot harder to just get up and go do it. Anything. Even if it's something you want to do. If you're like, oh, I just want to be lazy. You could be lazy any other time. If there's something that you could do in that same time period, you should probably go do it. Because you probably can't do that anytime. Or you could be lazy whenever you want. Does Garcia homer tomorrow? I don't know, dude. Those are such weird things, man, to predict. Like, if you looked at that bet I won a ton of money on, it was all super logical. And that whole key to that whole bet was literally me swapping out Alvarez to hit a home run, which was plus 320, and changing it to him to have 4 total bases, which was plus 300. I will never pick another guy to hit a home run if that's what the comparable odds are. Ever again. I will take 4 bases every time for plus 300 money over having to hit a home run at 320. You can keep that extra $20. I'm good. I'll take the way that has way more outs than having to homer. I was like, and that's it. If I wouldn't have changed that leg, I would have lost that bet. I would have lost that bet, and I wouldn't have won 11 grand. But I honestly didn't expect to win it either. Like, there was no expectation there. I jumped the gun moving this, I guess, though. So sorry. Still some more left in this box. And then we have one more Xbox, and we are all done. And like I said, Tier 1, a much more fun product to rip with only 36 cards in a case, will be here tomorrow. And the best part about having the building is my deliveries come in the morning. And my delivery drivers are cool. They even drop stuff off when I'm not here. Except for Monday, which wasn't cool. But I got to figure that one out, why that didn't happen. All right. Here we go. Move these here. Grab these here. Take them over there. And our last box is going to start right now. Who are we going to get? But I picked Garcia to have 2 RBIs in that same thing. So I mean, if the Rangers are scoring runs, he's usually a big part of it. Like he's in the, you know what I mean? Just that offense is so good. It's a good offense. And Adolis Garcia is like a late bloomer, so it's really fun to see him succeed. Not only to see him succeed, but he's done it twice. So like last year was like his hello world year. Like, hey guys, I'm a pretty good big league ball player. And then this year was the continuation of that. It's always the second year for me or the second time because I consider regular season, postseason separate seasons. So not like you have to prove it once. You have to do it all season long, or you have to do it for a whole postseason like Arozarena did, and then you have to do it again. You gotta prove it. Anyone can do it once. Look at David Freese. David Freese, great ball player, refused to let the Cardinals retire his number simply because he knew that it's like what I did didn't warrant that. And he up until Randy showed up, he was like one of the greatest postseason stories of all time. And he really is a great, Freese was a great ball player. He had a good glove. He played good defense. But he was for one postseason, he was an absolute juggernaut. Sometimes timing is everything. But you gotta do it again. And Adolis Garcia had a great year last year, hit a ton of home runs, turned around and did it again this year. So I always say the same thing with pitchers too. Like I was really into Logan Webb. Like when he broke through, pretty good pitcher. I'm like, I need to see him do it some more. Justin Steele had good time last year when he got his opportunities. This year, had to do it again. Also, of note, Justin Steele is incredibly expensive to get for an autograph signing. So, he just must not be interested in doing things like that, from what I hear. So, that's alright. But our last box of Ginter X with the non-baseball going to Mr. Fowler and the Pirates. So again, there's only not many of you here because the internet sucks. What are we at? An hour 27. I need to send this dude to the stream tomorrow. Like, dude, go watch this. It's horrific. I appreciate you guys filling this thing up. I'm sorry we're having the issues that we're having. And here we go. Money Mike, the third Money Mike, though. Attaboy, Kyle. Again, I don't know what these are going to be worth, but if you're going to get an Allen and Ginter Mike Harris card, it better be the X one. Wisdom, Grissom, Shoelace, Detmers, Riley Green, rookie. Scott on, bro. Just got home from taking the kids to Chuck E. Cheese. Well, at least you got to see your kids today, Grant. Some of us had the break get closed right as we were walking out of the store. Hopefully, I hope you had a good time, though, because those 2 things I wanted to do. Have dinner and see the kids. But I am starving, boy. Sorry, that's the angry, the hangry sarcasm's coming out right now. That's all that is. Don't mind me. Hope you had a good time, dude. What is that? My store's making noises. I don't even know what that was. I've never heard that sound in my life. Did you guys hear that? Did the mic pick that up? Oh, you're good, dude. Just hungry. Oh my man, we're on the last box though. Ginter X has been awesome. Hobby has sucked except for the fact that we pulled a rip topper and a rip card, and we got a Pettit auto on the last hit. Outside of that, it's exactly what you'd expect out of Allen and Ginter. But the X boxes have been very cool. These are just cooler. We're just having to be very careful with how we separated all the baseball and non-baseball stuff. Here we go. I intermingled. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that sound was. I don't own anything I know to make that sound unless it was like our POS system or something, but I've never heard it make a noise outside of like swiping a card or something like that. Alright, we still have an auto coming. We're doing the auto last. I think it's right here. We're just going to set that off to the side. Do this stack last. And then my other big, huge, giant complaint with Ginter is I wish they packed the minis separately. Just for like efficiency thing. It kills the flow of a break. But the internet is doing more to kill the flow of my break. We dropped 13% of the frames tonight. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. I said it in a minute 31. Because when I talk to this guy, I'm going to actually send him this video. I'll be like, listen, dude, I don't even want to talk about the problems. I just want you to go look at the problem. And then tell me again how it's our fault. The last lady I talked to about our internet here said, if we send someone out there and we can't find anything to fix, we're charging you. Like, charging me? Like, you're giving me business internet from a splitter in a residential apartment building, and you're making me pay double what I pay for my internet 1.8 miles away from my store. That's what's going on. She's like, oh. She's like, well, have you split your Wi-Fi up? I'm like, ma'am, my issue is related to a hardwired problem where literally I could not check my business email. My business email would not check. It would time out. And I got in contact with the hosts of the website and the internet. They're like, yeah, we see that it's getting dropped in Chicago from a Comcast thing. Last hit. It's non-baseball to 25. Jim Bintliff. He's a baseball mud supplier. But this goes to non-baseball because it is not team specific. Jim Bintliff, ladies and gentlemen. One of Mr. John. There you go, sir. So that will do it for Allen and Ginter for 2023. You won't see me post another Ginter break. You might see me sneak a box into something, but never to break in this capacity. I really hope you guys had a good time. I really do. I do mean that. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean that you shouldn't either. And we had some cards. You know, we had this Bintliff guy. He does all the mudding. Matt, I'm sorry you traded teams, but I'm glad you got the Royals, bud. Chris, I'm glad you traded teams. I'm glad you got the Marlins, bud. Cy Young Sandy, 08 out of 99 with the triple rip topper. You gotta love it. Triple rip topper. Good time. Chris, I got top loaders for these, brother. Don't worry. They're just, I don't know where they're at. We'll get it out to you, though. And then as far as the hits go, hey, once again, thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks for dealing with my sarcasm on my little pokes. That's what I do. It's my charm. It's not really charming, though. I get it. Groshans to 5. Will Benson to 4 for the Reds. Juan Soto with a bat relic. Devers with another rip card. Money Mike with a ex-rookie. Jimmy Rollins with a relic. Andy Pettit for the Yankees. Taylor Ward for the Angels. Mountcastle with a hand numbered to 5. Langeliers to 15 for the Athletics. Baez to 25. Victor Robles. Wasserman to 5. Corbin Carroll. Brian Bayo. Kirk with a relic. Pedroia with a relic. Blade to 5. Money Mike again. Corbin Burns and Money Mike. Thanks a bunch, everybody. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you all when the next break is full. Go buy a damn football spot. The link's in the chat.